40 years been waiting for Dungeons and Dragons toys from the cartoon. They're in this box. We're gonna open them. We're gonna look at them. Let's do this. Get some oats. What? Tiamat! Boo! Whoa, I almost knocked my coffee over. That would be bad. Hello everyone, welcome to AC Toy Design YouTube channel, Universe, Arena. Let me adjust myself. Today, I am AC, first of all, and thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, and bell icon. Today is a special day. I've got an unboxing review of, I keep looking up there, what's up there? Of the Hasbro Dungeons and Dragons Target pre-order came through. And let's be clear, there's nothing pre about the pre-order from Target. I think I'm the last person to get these, so I don't understand what the pre-order is. There's nothing pre, I mean, I do understand. It's to make sure that you get them. I've got them all here of Wave 1, including the exclusive I just showed you. Hank, my hand's in the way of his head. I think Hank might, I don't know. He might look the best out of the bunch. I'm not sure though. They're all really good. Diana, she looks great. I really love these, except for a couple gripes that I'm going to talk about. So let's unbox them, let's look at them, let's talk about them, get some oats. That's the only thing we're missing is like a oats accessory. Maybe I'll make that. That's what I'll do. I'll make that. All right, let's check it out. Do it. Go. Go. What? What? Alright, so let's take a look at Hank first. The packaging on this box art, it's so spot on. You got the art from the TV show, from the cartoon. Traditional logo, 40 years. Dragon head that they all go into when they disappear into the realm of Dungeons and Dragons. Hank on the side, Hank on the front. New no plastic boxes. You got some awesome art, more art on the side, very cool. Little bio on Hank. Figures on the back, accessories he comes with. I like the boxes, I like the colors, I like the red. The card art is awesome. It works. Let's get him open. Free him. This is some strange packaging with the tissue paper, very odd. Get it? All right, here is everybody out of the box, ready to go. I've heated them up with my hairdryer so that I can pose the joints without being worried to break them. A couple things I want to show you first before we pose them up. Avenger's pegs here, his hand pegs, are very, very skinny, very thin, so you want to be extra careful with those. Fortunately, they were pretty loose to begin with, but when you heat these guys up, you don't want to just heat them and then be like, yeah, I'm good. You want to push when you first move the joints around. You want to push the two pieces that you're moving. So in this case, the peg here, the hand, you want to push them together as you pose them. So that takes a lot of the pressure off the actual physical moving joint. Make sure that they move. I move them around a little bit, get them not loose. You know, you're not going to make them too loose, but you want to loosen them up. So get them going, get them warm. And it's so important. Hank was the one that I've been seeing a lot of people have trouble with. My Hank is fine, but he has his swivel goes up and down as opposed to left and right. And I've seen people right out of the box, they've been sitting out in the cold, and you pose them right out of the box, the hand snaps off, or the head, or whatever it is. So same thing with these guys. Every joint on every figure, I heated them up. I'm pushing the hand towards the cuff, pushing the arm towards the hand as I flex them. and move the joint around. It's very important to do that, at least for the first couple times. I did that with all of them, elbow joint, neck joint, everything. So they're all ready to go. They're all ready to be posed up. Let's do it. I'm really excited because they look great. Look at that Dungeon Master. It's like a little chunk. All right, let's look at these. So first up is Uni. She's simple. She's got a head. I'm guessing this is a head on a ball. I didn't want to try to pop it off, but I'm thinking there actually might be a peg in there because it doesn't want to just pop right off. She's pretty flexible. Her paints are awesome. She looks like she's supposed to look. The only thing is her back legs are a little too close together. So I'm going to heat her back up, repose her, pose the legs, pull them apart a little bit so that she can stand. She still stands perfectly fine, but she's a little wobbly there. I don't want that going on. But yeah, she's a cool figure. I really like, actually, I think a lot of people might complain that her hair has no like depth to it or paint apps or shading. I like that. I like the solid colors because it makes sense considering the cartoon she comes from. It's not a hyper detailed world. Colors are bold and blocky and thick, and I like that. Solid colors. So I really like what they did with her. Her sculpt is great. Cool figure. Let's move on to Bobby since he's so anxious about Uni. He looks great. Actually, this might be my favorite of the bunch. And I like Bobby in the cartoon. I like how his helmet is a little bit cockeyed there. That makes sense. Comes with his mallet that I just dropped. Mallet? Is that what that is? I don't know. Fits in his hand pretty good, I guess. Might fall out. Yeah. But he can pose with it and all kinds of different stuff. It falls out because you're stretching the hand as you put it into his hand. There's no like locking it in place, I guess. So his hand will continue to stretch and then you want to put it back the way it was. Anyway, helmet does not come off. Because it's cockeyed, you might be tempted to think that the head is also that way and push it the other way, but it's not. Details on his paint job, it's awesome. He's always reminded me of like a He-Man character. He's dressed the exact same way. So is Diana over there. His body armor is a separate piece, which is cool. Gives him a little bit of flexibility. No ab crunch, but he's got like, I'm not going to go through the articulation like most people do. I just want to tell you what I think about these figures, and I think they're awesome for the most part, like I said. But his articulation is great. All the articulation on the figures is great, but they look really amazing. Hang out right there. Let's move on to Dungeon Master. He's just a chunk of plastic, but he looks great. His paints are great. His sculpt is great. He's got this finger that's like the shaming finger. He's like pointing at people all the time, you know? You are doing this wrong. You should go home. You should tell them how to get home. He's got some pretty good swivel and movement in his arms and stuff like that. His wrists are a little tight, I found, so as I'm twisting him around, it took me a little finagling to get him loosened up, but he's good now. If you're working with a figure and you start to twist the hand and it doesn't want to rotate all the way around, don't force it. You'll spin the peg right off. You'll sever it. So I just kind of like, there goes Hank. I just kind of like wiggled it back and forth until it moved, and now it'll go all the way around. And it's also got swivel up and down, constantly pointing. His feet, just little feet that are molded in. He's got those little sandals. That's fine with me. Arms up and down. And his head moves on a swivel, not much up and down at all. He's got this really cool haircut. I'm gonna have this haircut one day. I like it. Let's move on. Hank, look at that. So one thing with Hank is that since his hand goes up and down rather than left and right, he can't really he can't use this hand that they molded for him, which is weird. The bow hand, the arrow hand, he can't get to it because the swivel isn't there. It's up and down. So you can kind of like pull the bow out and kind of maneuver it in there like that, and it looks acceptable. It's fine. But he's also holding it way out there, which is not how you shoot a bow, an arrow. See? But what are you gonna do? Hasbro doesn't I don't know, that's a no-brainer to me. I feel like nobody plays with Hasbro toys before they put them out, or like looks at them before they put them out. That's what they should hire me to do, kind of like Tom Hanks in Big. Let's get his bow out of there and look at him. So Hank looks great. His sculpt is great. His paints are awesome. They're totally accurate. His top piece is a separate piece, which kind of bunches up when he puts his arms up, but comes back down. You just gotta, if it ever gets stuck and stuff like that, just heat it up, bring it down. But his costume is awesome. I wish I had one like this. You know, if I dressed like that, I'd probably have a girlfriend by now. But yeah, it's cool because it's got these little. It's weird. I always wondered. The only armor that he has on his suit are these little metal dots. So he's only protected if the things that are thrown, the rocks that are thrown at him, hit him like exactly on one of those dots. If they hit him here, he's like, ugh. But if they hit him on the dot, it's good. You know, it's weird. Cool belt, abs, all that stuff. The face is great. The face is where it's at. Let's move on. Hank works. Oh, we didn't look at his bow. Where's his other bow? There's his other bow. That's just like the relaxed bow, so he holds that. He's like just hanging out, yelling at Bobby, yelling at Dungeon Master, whatever he's doing. Looks good. All right, you hang out there. Who's next? Diana. We're saving Avenger for last, I guess. She's got her spinny thing. Look at that. Dynamic. It's awesome. She looks great. Her paints are awesome. They work. I like them. The only thing, her hip's a little tight right there. And none of these characters, none of these figures, except for Avenger, have a hip swivel at the top. So there's no back and forth with the hip. The boots do move, so you can move the foot out that way. But as far as posing, it's a bit limited. Marvel Legends all have that upper hip thigh deal going on. As I'm posing these, I'm really glad that none of mine have snapped, because I have seen that frequently, unfortunately. But she looks great. She's got this head. Again, another really important joint to make sure you work out is that the swivel attached to the ball joint that goes right into the head. Push the head down, push the body in, and then move it and get it loose so it doesn't snap. I could see that snapping really easily. But she's another one with just a great face. It's great. Very cool figure. And she's got her relaxed bow staff that she can hold right here. She's just like chilling out. Avenger, and have I already lost his hands? Where are his other hands? Oh, they're right here. Okay. There we go. All right, so can't see him. Move the camera up. So Avenger, again, like I said, it's a real shame that they went the McFarlane route and gave him side eye. That makes no sense. To me, whoever okayed that should be fired, honestly. It makes no sense. Because even if you turn him like all the way to the side, he's still like looking behind himself. It's crazy. There's no way around that. His hands, his shooty hands are very cool. Let me bring his shoulder down. Shoulder joints are very tight. So like I said, these pegs are super thin. Look at that, long and thin. It's another wrong way to go, Hasbro. But they work. They're cool hands. Little blast effects. It's really cool. I like that. But when I put my figures on the shelf, I hardly ever pose them in like action poses. So I like just the regular hands. Again, with long pegs. You have to be very careful. Yeah. There we go. And Avenger he's a weird figure on the inside. So in his skirt here, he's pretty much a Marvel Legend. He does have the hip joints up in there. You can see right there-ish. So from the waist down, he's a giant Marvel legend. From the waist up, he's, I don't know what he is. I guess he's kind of a Marvel legend. He does have these slits in the side of his shoulder thing, so you can move the arm up through it. So that works. His sculpt is great. It's just those eyes. It's very tight. I also had I had to kind of force his wings in. They eventually went in, and they're nice and tight and snug, so that's good. Great wings. This is a great looking figure. His dome, this thing. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it would have made sense. Cloth. I don't know. I guess not. It works. Anyway, great figure. That guy's cool. Avenger's awesome. He's a great villain. They each come with these die. Lost one on the floor just now. Avengers is massive. I don't know what you use these for. You guys know. All in all, great wave. I'm really excited for wave 2 because we only know for sure 2 figures that'll be in it, and that's Sheila and Eric, and the Thief and the Cavalier. But I am so glad to have these, and I'm really glad to be done with this video because I want to go and mess around with them and play with them and pose them, and definitely make a nice display with this background. That's really cool. I know it's just cardboard, but it's going to work so well in my D&D display. Where's Avenger's face? It's all cut off. So anyway, thanks for checking in. I'm going to pass it back over to myself. Me, AC, take it away. All right, so you know what I'm talking about, right? This makes no sense. Like, when did they start letting Todd McFarlane paint the eyes? I can't go for that, no. Get out of here. Get out of here, Todd McFarlane. Yeah, all in all, really cool wave. I know they're not exactly cartoon accurate, but they're pretty damn close. Did I just say a bad word? Scratch that. What? But yeah, it's really nice to have them finally, and I'm really looking forward to a wave 2 as well, also too. This guy, wow, this one's really good too. I love that disco finger. It's just like, what? Wave 2 would have Presto, I don't think I said him earlier, Eric and Sheila. And then if we're doing a 5-parter like these guys are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the exclusive, if they do another one, leave me a comment below. I'm curious what you all would like to see as the 4 and 5 figures, or the exclusive for next time, to make that wave just as beefy as this wave is. I mean, Tiamat's got to come along at some point, right? But she would be huge, so that'll probably be, if it's successful, if it's a successful line, that'll probably be a Hasbro, what's it called? The Hasbro Pulse crowdfunded thing, which I might get behind, just depends. But we need a War Duke. He was in the cartoon. Strongheart was in the cartoon. Who else was in the cartoon? Kellic, the evil wizard. Wriggle Run. Was Wriggle Run in there? Who am I asking right now? Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think the next wave should include. You know, and now that I'm looking at it, Uni's horn could use a little separation in color, like paint, from the body. It's the exact same color as the body. So let me add that to the list of things. But for the most part, I enjoy this wave a lot. They're gonna be sitting atop my D&D display. Look at these die. Those are. Let's roll some die. What'd you get? I don't know. Look at that. It's like you can knock somebody out with that thing. Whew, how cool is that? That is really cool. Good job on that, Hasbro. That's gonna be a cool display piece. But like I said before, if they do an exclusive 2-pack, what would be the board, the display board that they would put in there? I'm thinking, you know, the realm of Dungeons and Dragons, so a scene from there. Maybe where they fought Tiamat on that moon. Must have been the moon or something. I don't know where it was, where all the dragons died or whatever. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. If you want to support the channel directly, Patreon is a great place to go. Patreon.com/actoydesign, where you will find all my behind-the-scenes tutorials, a lot more of this vintage toy stuff, which I love. That's where my heart is. And the podcast, You Like Toys, which is a Patreon exclusive podcast with the community there. It's a Q&A podcast where we all talk about whatever you want to talk about. Toys, comics, movies, TV, pizza, oats. What? Let's look at this. What? battle. It's a battle going on right there. Battle for Uni. Right in the middle of it. But thank you for watching again. Patrons, I love you. I would not be here without you. I really appreciate it. I've made some really awesome friends through that Patreon, so thank you all for being there. Till next time, thumbs up, thumbs up. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That is a thumbs up right there. There we go, look at that. Best thumbs up yet, I think. Thanks for being here, y'all. See you next time. Sit, Muji, sit. Good dog.